Good afternoon and welcome back to my channel. This week I'm actually really excited to try a meal delivery service. I've never ordered from a meal delivery service before. I love cooking, but with baby on the way, it's pretty likely that I'm not going to have time to cook or not going to be bothered to cook. While we still have time, Callum and I thought it would be a really fun idea to try out a box and see if we like it. And if we do like it, we might order some and keep them frozen on hand closer to our due date, just so we've kind of always got something in the fridge. There's literally hundreds of meal delivery services you can choose from. We went with Odyssey Lean. I really liked them because all of their meals are dietitian approved and all of the ingredients are whole foods. There's no like preservatives or additives or anything basically that wasn't a food on their ingredients list. All of their meals are at about 350-ish calories, which is very light. Both of us have quite big appetites, especially training all the time. So, I mean, we don't count calories or macros, but I'm very sure we're eating a lot more than 350 calories in one go. So we'll see how we go with these. Callum had a little bit more choice as obviously he doesn't have gluten or dairy intolerances, so he could have a little bit more. We did get a couple of different meals to try. We got a lot of the same stuff, but then we did get some different things to try out. So I'm really excited to open this up and see what's inside. So it is packaged in this weird it's like bubble wrap but metallic, meant to be to keep it cool. So the idea is they can deliver it even if you're not home. It seems to have been packaged very well. There's it still feels cold, so that's a good thing. This is what all of our meals look like. The reason it was so bloody heavy to carry up all 3 flights of stairs is it is packed with heaps of these ice pack things. So that's what's keeping it cold. Like I said, packaging was great. It was left on my door for like a couple of hours and it still all feels really cold and fresh. We got the 18 meal pack and that's basically 9 meals each for the week. We're planning on having 1 for dinner tonight and then every other day for lunch, and then we've got 2 spares which we'll have for dinners when Callum's on night shift, so he'll take it with him to work when he is working overnight, and I'll just have mine at home by myself, as I find when I'm cooking just for me, I'm super lazy and I hate eating with him before he goes on night shift because he leaves at like 5:30 and I'm not hungry for dinner then, and I end up having 2 dinners anyway. As I mentioned, so these are all, this one for example, the lean turkey breast is, I think I got this for Callum. Actually, maybe I got it for either of us. I'm not sure, but it is only 280 calories, which is a very light meal. It's actually not too bad for me at the moment. So with pregnancy, I'm getting a lot of heartburn and a little bit of reflux if I eat too much at once. And meals that I could normally eat very easily make me feel really full and really sick. But then 2-3 hours later, I'm starving again. So a lot of people have just said eat more smaller meals. So I think I might have these for lunch and then have a protein shake or something when I get home. So I'm still gonna be hitting my nutrient needs and I guess not going hungry, but just having smaller portion sizes. So that'll be really good. I don't know how Callum's gonna go because he has a huge appetite, but I did tell him how many calories they were and he thinks it's gonna be fine. So we will see about that. So some of the other meal options that I did get, I got this beef stew, which is for Callum. That looks pretty good. I don't eat beef either. I'm ridiculously fussy. I got chili lime salmon for me. Callum doesn't like chili, so all the more for me. And I think that one looks pretty good as well. So I'm really excited to try them. I think I got a couple of those. And I also got things like this balsamic roast chicken. I got one of them for both of us, so we'll both get one of those, and that looks really good too. So I will keep you updated throughout the week as we do eat them and let you know how we think they go. They are designed to be microwaved. You pop them in the microwave for 2 minutes-ish on high. If you've watched any of my previous videos where we have been in the kitchen, You might have noticed that I don't actually own a microwave, and that's not something I'm going to change. A lot of people have said that when you have a baby, you probably will want one. So I'm not completely against it, and we'll see how we go. But at this stage, I don't plan on buying a microwave. And they do advertise on their website that you can also pan fry these meals or transfer them to an oven-proof dish and then pop them in the oven. So I think we'll probably be doing the latter when possible, because that's a little bit easier. Otherwise we'll be pan frying them. At the moment our oven's broken, so we will have to pan fry everything, which has been really painful. But overall, for 9 meals each, to be paying 170 bucks is pretty good value. I think it's super convenient. I don't have to worry about it being healthy, and I'm really excited to give them a go. So I'll keep you guys updated as we do consume them, what we think, how they taste, and if they do actually fill us up. So I'll touch base with you guys when we're having dinner. Your ones are all of the ones on that side, so the front ones and the back ones.
Beef stew or chicken.
Which one are you going?
Beef stew, bro.
I'm having turmeric chicken soup. You don't have one of those.
It's good.
But small.
Probably the right size of the same too.
I added a whole bunch of almond milk to mine because it was like, there wasn't a lot of soup, it was really thick, and I think that's made it really good. But it is super tasty. So just checking back in with my dinner tonight, which is the chicken lemongrass. I did add a little bit of almond milk to it. I just find frying it up, particularly the saucy ones, they do lose a lot of the sauce, but I find that's the case even when I am reheating in the frying pan something that I've cooked myself. You always need to add a little bit more liquid. So I did that with this one, and I think the consistency turned out really well. I had the barramundi with Swiss chard, I think that's how you say it, for lunch today. The balsamic chicken that I had for lunch yesterday while I was at work. So far I've been super impressed with the flavors. They are really tasty meals, and I have honestly been enjoying eating them. But yeah, so far so good. Really enjoying the flavors, really enjoying the meals, and really enjoying the convenience. And I'm also just cooking up tonight the chicken tangine because tomorrow I will be on the go at work, so I'll probably have to eat this cold, and I reckon this one will taste the best cold, so I'm just gonna cook it tonight because I think it's supposed to be like cooked-ish, and then enjoy it at room temperature tomorrow. So I've finished the week, I've finished all of my Odyssey meals, and I thought I'd jump on and do a bit of a recap and just tell you guys what I thought about, I guess, the meals as a whole. I really liked Odyssey Lean. I thought they were a great company. Everything was really easy. Definitely nice to not have to cook as much all week. But in terms of the meal plan, the biggest pro was the convenience. And I know that's the entire point, I guess, of ordering a meal service, but honestly I underestimated how convenient and easy it would be. I saved so much time and mental energy, if that makes sense. You know, just things like deciding what to eat, as well as cooking and grocery shopping. Because we did get such a high volume of meals, we got 9 meals each. It made things so easy, particularly for me now being more tired and looking for any way to save time. I definitely think that once Bubba comes, it'll be really good to have a couple of these meals in the freezer just to kind of grab when we need them. The second big tick for me was the price point. When you do order less meals, they are obviously a little bit more expensive per meal. Worked out to be $8.75 or something per meal, which definitely depends on your circumstance. If you were cooking yourself, you could make this a little bit cheaper, but including that premium cost for convenience, I think that's a really reasonable price. The meals were also all super tasty. I didn't actually have a single one that I didn't enjoy. They were all really nice. I definitely think the salmon that I had, the chili lime salmon, was so good. And so was the seared barramundi and Swiss chard. And that's not something that I would normally cook with. So that was really fun and just like nice to try something different. Another huge win is the difference in foods. When you cook and prep and shop, we tend to just eat to my preferences. That's what I feel like cooking. That's what I feel like eating. So there are certain ingredients that we just eat more frequently. And there are other things that I don't particularly like that we eat significantly less frequently. For example, Swiss chard is not something that I would even think to cook with, but I really enjoyed it, particularly for Callum. So I also don't eat red meat just because I find that makes me really sick. I can't digest it well, and I haven't eaten it in like years. So I'm not very good at cooking it either, and I generally just don't really cook it for him. For him to have a couple of red meat meals that were already pre-prepared was a good way to incorporate more of that and just get a little bit more variety in his diet, particularly in foods that I wouldn't particularly like or think to cook for him. And the biggest win was definitely the ingredients. This is the reason that I chose Odyssey Lean over the, I'm sure, hundreds of meal delivery companies that are on the market. Odyssey Lean, all of their ingredients are super clean. There were no preservatives, no fillers. Every single thing on the ingredients list was a food. That's the kind of thing that I love to eat. It makes me feel so much better and I don't feel like I'm putting crap in my body. In terms of what I didn't love about Odyssey Lean, the biggest thing for me was the portion sizes. 350 calories is just not enough for me as a meal. The idea was that I would kind of have 4 meals in that day, so supplement, like have the Odyssey Lean thing and then have a protein shake, because I have like a baby squashing all of my organs, especially my stomach. If I eat a big meal, it makes me feel really sick. So I thought it was a really great opportunity to try it out because I could have 4 kind of smaller meals and still be eating the same amount of food. It was really helpful in that respect. I don't think if I wasn't pregnant and wasn't looking to be eating smaller meals more frequently, I would have enjoyed it quite so much. I did sometimes eat my meal and I was still quite hungry. So yeah, the portion sizes were quite small. Because I was having smaller meals more frequently and I felt like I'd had a meal, I actually ended up waking up some mornings being like really hungry and like sick. And you know when you get like so hungry you feel like you're going to throw up and you have a headache? Roughly into my fitness pal of what I'd had the previous day, and it ended up being at like 1,400, 1,500 calories for the day, which normally pre-pregnancy I sit at about 2,000. So that was a really dramatic drop and it was completely accidental. So I found it was really easy to undereat just because you think you've eaten a meal when really like 350 calories, and some of them are even less than that. The other big kind of negative for me that I kind of started to feel only towards the end of the week was actually the reduction in micronutrients. So I'm the kind of person that will put like 5 or 6 different types of vegetables into pretty much every meal I eat. I'll literally put just like anything that's in the fridge, I will just chuck it in. And it might just be like a little bit in everything, but I do try to eat like a really large variety of foods. So there wasn't a huge variety of vegetables in the meals. And I don't know, it could have just been the ones I picked, but I did kind of feel like you were getting the same ones, not as many colors. And yeah, just for someone like me that's used to getting a much richer micronutrient profile, I had to put in a little bit more effort for my other meals to make sure I was bulking them up and really getting into them. Overall, like I said, I was super happy with the whole experience. I will definitely be ordering again. I probably won't be ordering to do it for a whole week like we did it this week. That was just a little bit of fun, but I will be ordering a bunch of meals just to kind of chuck in the fridge and the freezer to grab when we're too busy or too lazy or can't be bothered. So just a couple of notes, or I guess other comments. I don't own a microwave. I just don't particularly like microwaving things. I think it destroys the nutritional profile. But if you did have one, it would make it even easier. Also, like I said, I'm not trying to cut calories. If anything, I'm actually trying to increase my calories as I do start to approach the 3rd trimester. So for me, low calorie is a con, but if you're someone that is trying to cut, it might actually be a plus and something that works really well for you. But when I do order again, I'll be sure to show you guys what I get and if I do like it. I think at the moment they're actually about to release a new set of meals, which will be really exciting. So I can't wait to give some of their new menu items a try. If you've tried Odyssey Lean, let me know what you thought below. If you did like this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.